Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited about today's video because I have been wanting to do this for a little hot minute, okay? I have been wanting to go through my everyday makeup routine with you guys. I love watching these kind of videos on YouTube. They're my favorite. I just love seeing what people use on an everyday basis when they're not filming. And that's basically what today is. I'm gonna be showing you guys how I got this look. This is my everyday makeup look. I'm gonna go through all the products I use. Just a little disclaimer before y'all get further in the video. I forgot to put on primer, but I will tell you guys a little later in the video what primers I use. All the products will also be listed down below in the description. And yeah, so before we dive into it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the fam. And let's get started. I'm super excited about this. I have been wanting to film this for a while. I'm very much obsessed with my current everyday makeup routine. So we're about to get into it. So the first thing that I like to, let me zoom in. So the first thing that I like to do is start with the eyes. Okay, by the way guys, I am not filming super early in the morning like I usually do because those bugs, okay? But I don't know why they're out right now. They are cutting up today. First thing that I like to do is start off with the eyes. When I'm not filming, I usually start with my eyes, because you know, I want my base to be flawless. I don't want fallout, things like that. Normally when I film like an eye look for, you know, for a video, I normally have my base done first because it saves me some time when I'm filming. But when I'm not filming, I start with the eyes. I go in with the Makeup by Mario Master Eye Prep and Set palette in the shade Deep. I usually take this deep shade right here. I use my finger. I find that using my finger with this product is just easier for me to blend. So that's what I usually do. Just take my finger and blend it all over the eye. Sometimes I'll go in with the other shade, but normally I just go in with the deepest. And then I'll take a little bit of the lighter shade and kind of just go over that as well. Really depends on what shadows I'm using. In this palette, there is a translucent powder that you use to set that base that you just put down. So that's what I do. I just take this translucent powder and I just set that base. I love this primer palette. It's so like extra, but I love it. I use it every single day and I am obsessed with this. Okay, so now that I have a nice smooth base, as crazy as it sounds, I literally have two everyday makeup eye looks. When it comes to the base, it's pretty much the same, but depending on what I'm going for and how neutral or like easy I want to go, I'll go in with my Makeup by Mario Master Matte palette. Super gorgeous. A lot of people use this palette. I think it's great for every day. So this is what I usually would use. When I'm not really in a rush with my everyday makeup look, then I'll go in with these two palettes right here. These are the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 and 2 palettes. So when I am in a rush, I'll go in with the Makeup by Mario. So for today, I'm not really in a rush. I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn 1 and 2 palettes for my everyday look. So I start off with the Jaclyn Volume 2 palette. Let me grab me a nice clean brush. So I start off with the Jaclyn Volume 2 palette and I take the shade Perfectionist, which is the shade right here. I just take the shade and I blend it all in my crease as like my transition shade. I like to start with the lighter shades first and then build up to the deeper shades. So let me zoom in some more so you guys could see what I'm doing. So yeah, I love this palette. It is so great. Oh, it's such a great palette and you can literally use it all year round. And this shade is really, really light, but this is just basically giving me a base to work with rather than having that translucent shade. I just given my like lids a little bit more depth, you know, so that's just what I'm doing. Next, I'm taking the same brush and I'm gonna go into the shade Thick Skin, which is this shade right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and start to plop this into my crease as well. Basically, this is like one shade up from the Perfectionist shade that I put down. So now I'm starting to go a little bit deeper with the shades that are in my crease. So now when I have that shade all in the crease, I go into the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 palette because your girl needs her brown. Oh, by the way, the brush that I was using for, you know, the two shades that I just used was the JH30 brush. And now for this next shade, I'm going to go in with the JH37 brush. And I'm gonna take the shade Chip, which is this shade right here. This one, Chip. And I'm gonna take that shade and I'm gonna place it in the outer corner to start to build up the depth of this look. Just gonna start to bring it over. I'm not taking it all the way in the inner corner. I'm just focusing it in the outer middle portion of the eye. I'm telling you guys, this look is really, really simple, but it looks so pretty. It's really, really simple. And this is an all matte look that I do. I don't put shimmer or anything on with this everyday look that I do. Then I'm gonna go back into that first blending brush and just kind of like soften up the edges, no extra product on the brush. And I just kind of like go over that brown that I put on really messily. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want everything to be seamless and blended, and it's already looking so good. I'm doing a lot of swapping back and forth with these two palettes. I'm telling you guys, this is a look for if you're not in a rush. I go into the volume 2 palette from Jaclyn, and I take this shade right here called Certified on a flat brush, and I take it and I put it in the inner corner and in the inner part of the lid, just like this. It just kind of like brightens up the eye, opens up the eye, and I love it. I'm gonna go back into that brush that I went in with that brown shade, not taking any additional product, and I'm just kind of just like, you know, blending in the edges, just like this, and then there, literally the eyes are almost done. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that brown, just a little bit more because I want a little bit more depth in the outer corner. And then the eye look is basically done, well, with the shadows at least. And what I do next, what I do is I take my One Size eyeliner. I love this eyeliner. It is so black, so pigmented. It does not dry out either. It is amazing. I am obsessed. And I just draw myself a nice little wing, but I don't bring it all the way over in the inner corner because I want to keep my eye open in the inner corner. Now I have my 2 wings. They look pretty even, I think. Then I go in with my Uoma Beauty by Sharon mascara. This has been my favorite mascara. Surprisingly, I love this mascara. I don't know what it is, but it just makes my lashes look so pretty and so healthy and full. I love this mascara. Doesn't really need lashes, but when I want to be extra, I will go in with lashes. I don't know. It depends on how I feel at the end of this look if I want to put lashes on. Wow, I just got that on my eyeshadow. Ugh. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the base and what I like to do. So first things first, I love to go in with my SPF. I have been into the Tula skincare sunscreen. Everyone raves about this. I had to see what the hype was about, and I really like it. It's taken me a little minute to get used to it, but I really do love this sunscreen. A little bit goes a long way. I'm telling you guys, like, you guys need this much. That's literally all that you need with this, and you are seriously good to go. A little bit was literally enough for my whole face. So after I've applied my SPF and things like that, it's time to moisturize. So for moisturizer, I go in with the Touch in Sol Pretty Filter Waterful Glow Cream. I love this. This was in my last Shop My Stash, and when I tell you guys, this is one of my favorite moisturizers ever. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. There's 2 foundations I've been so obsessed with that I use every single day depending on how I'm feeling. So the first one is the Too Faced Born This Way Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation. It's not the matte one. I do have the matte one and I love it, but I got into this one and I just prefer this one over the matte as of right now for the summertime. And then the other foundation I use is the Morphe 2 Hint Hint Skin Tint in the shade Hint of Mocha, and in the Too Faced I am in the shade Chai. So today I am definitely feeling the Morphe 2. I love this. I have raved about this so much on my channel. You guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about it, but it is seriously one of the best everyday foundations. The only thing I don't like about it is the applicator that it comes in. So I do like to use this sponge right here from Real Techniques, a sponge that makes your foundation matte. It doesn't give you that shiny glow. You guys are gonna see, like, once I'm done blending this out, you guys are gonna see that the sponge just kind of turns the foundation matte, and I love that. This foundation literally looks like skin. That's why I love it so much. It just looks beautiful, and I love it for every day. It's lightweight. You definitely could build it up to like medium coverage, but I like to take like 2 little pumps. And that's usually how much I use, and that's where I stop. But yeah, let me tell y'all. So the first one is the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use concealer. This right here is in the shade Maple. I use this only when I use the Too Faced foundation. I just love how those two pair together. Now, these two concealers, this one is the One Size Concealer in the shade Dark Neutral 1. I love this for either or foundations. And then also Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer, I also use with both foundations. So today, we're gonna use the One Size because I am very much obsessed with it. I love it so much because I do want to use the One Size setting powder like I usually do, but we're going to get to that in a second. So I just usually just take this and highlight. I don't usually put too much, just one like dip out of the tube is enough for me. It just blends out so beautifully, you guys. Like, it is beautiful. Now that we are all blended out, that looks so good. I use the ABH Cream Contour in the shade Chestnut. Obsessed. Like, I am obsessed with this. It's so good. I never know if I'm supposed to keep this like plastic on here. I usually do, but I'm about to like take it off because I'm like, I don't have time to like deal with that every time I open this. But yeah. So I just used my Real Techniques 028 brush. This was like one of their like holiday collection brushes. It just blends so beautifully. Even if you put too much, it will literally blend out so nicely. And then it's easy just to like fix it by going back in with your sponge and just blending it out with your sponge that you went in with concealer. Once I go in with that, I put on my cream blush. So I am obsessed with these two cream blushes right here. This one is the ABH Cream Blush in the shade Peach Caramel. I love this for a nice, gorgeous, everyday blush. It's really, really stunning. I'm obsessed with it. And then the other blush I like to use is from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This one is the Royal Flush shade. Depending on how I'm feeling, I'll go in with either or, but the one I've really been gravitating to the most is the ABH Peach Caramel Cream Blush. I'll use this, I've never used this brush before, but we'll use it today. And then I just go in with it and just stipple it into the cheeks. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous blush. I'm obsessed. Like, I'm so obsessed with this. So I went blush heavy today, but that's okay because usually I do that. I usually do go blush heavy. There is like a little this on the end. I don't like that. So now what I like to do is I like to set under my eyes. So I go in with the One Size setting powder. This is my absolute favorite at the moment. And then also depending on whenever I go in with the like Too Faced full coverage, you know, I want full coverage, I go in with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Kunafa. I love this one as well, but since I went in with the One Size, it's only right that I go in with the One Size powder today since I went in with the concealer. So I'm just gonna make sure I am not creasing or anything. Never want to set any creases. You've got to do that before you go in with your powder. And I just set all under the eyes. I love this powder. If you haven't tried it, it's really great. It is a little bit chunky. It's more of a chunkier formula, which is so weird, but it's smooth under the eyes. Like, it's chunky in here, but it's very smooth, and I always enjoy it. So now what I need to do is I need to set my cream bronzer and my cream blush. I like to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish micro powder in the shade 4 Deep. So I'm going to take that and take a crap ton on my big fluffy brush. This is the JH01 brush, and I'm just going to slightly set over my face. I'm avoiding my cheeks because I'm going to use a different product to set all of that, but I am going to go ahead and set like that cream contour and things like that as well. To set that bronzer, I go in with the Makeup by Mario bronzer in the shade Deep. And I just take this. Oh, I love this. It is so pigmented and it's so good. I'm also gonna do a little nose contour too with this. We're just gonna lightly contour the nose. And lightly, and I kind of just like take it up a little bit. Not too much, but I just take it up and then do that. To set my blush, I like to go in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics Rouge Romance Blush Palette. I alternate between the Rouge Romance and the Rouge Affair one. Today I am using the Rouge Affair one, and I'm going to go in with the shade Tempting because that's the closest to that ABH blush that I went in with. And I just lightly set it. It's just so gorgeous. Such a pretty, pretty blush. Once I've set my blush, I like to go in with my Jaclyn Cosmetics Under Eye Setting Palette. And then I like to kind of just take this shade right here. I think this is the shade Apricot. And I'll just take some of that and just go under my eye for a little bit of brightness and kind of to like clean up that blush that I went in with. Kind of like to soften up the edges. And I'm only like focusing it in the inner portion and down a bit. Just like this. And I'll take a little bit of it and like hit my forehead for a little bit of brightness and kind of to like soften up that contour. I'm gonna go back to the eyes. So I like to go in with my Juvia's Place liner. This is in the shade Kalja. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but I like to take this and line my waterline. I know black is harsh for some people, but for me, I love a black waterline. I just love how it looks. It just looks so elegant. And I'm not really worrying about like, you know, making my eyes look smaller, because I know sometimes people say black liner makes your eyes look smaller, but I'm not really worrying about that because I just love how it looks with an all matte look. So I'm gonna go back into my mascara and hit my bottom lashes. Now that that is done, let me wipe off this like here. You know what I just realized that I forgot? I completely forgot to put on primer. Wow, I can't believe I did that. Wow. Dang it. Okay, wow. You guys, I do wear primer. I have to wear primer. I have oily skin. So I use the Hard Candy Hydrating Primer Mist. Of course, I use lots of primer mist. If I don't use this one, then I'll use the NYX Bear With Me Prime Set and Refresh Mist. I will go in with either the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Mattifying Primer Sunscreen, or I'll go in with the Milk Hydro Grip. I'll go in with the Smoothing Primer Balm from Hard Candy. Or, I know this is excessive, I'll go in with the Huda Beauty Water Jelly Primer. So I use a lot of different primers depending on my mood, depending what I'm going for, depending on how my skin is acting. I'll use a ton of different, you know, primers. I'm not too upset that I didn't put on primer today because the setting spray that I use literally locks in and sets my makeup, and it really does help with my oils. So I'm not too upset that I didn't go in with a primer, but I'm just letting y'all know I do use primer, and yeah, I can't believe I forgot that, but you know, that really sucks. My everyday highlighters is ridiculous, okay? I just love all of these so much. I use 4 different highlighter palettes depending on what I want to use. So I'll go in, sometimes I'll go in with the Beauty Bakery Brownie Bar Face Palette. Sometimes I'll just use this face palette whenever I'm doing my makeup, but most times, you know, it's really the highlighter. And I'll go in with the NARS, the newer NARS face palette, oops, for my highlighter or my blush, really depending on what I'm feeling that day. Or, of course, I'll go in with the Tatianna Anesa Cosmetics Get Lit Highlighter Palette when I want a really, really blinding glow. Girl, a really blinding glow, I'll go in with this one. Or if I just want something subtle, gorgeous, still blinding, but can be very subtle, the Jaclyn Cosmetics the Flare palette is what I would use. I'd use one of these highlighters. So for today, I think I want to use NARS. I'm going with this shade right here. It's called Truly Bay. And I'm just going to take that and I love it. I love it. I have the highlighter on. Now we can move on to the lips, which I have a crap ton of lips that I use. But mostly when it comes to lip liner, I'll go in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Bold Brew, or I'll go in with my Juvia's Place liner in the shade Cola, or I'll go in with my MAC Chestnut. And I think today I might do MAC Chestnut. Yeah, I'm feeling MAC Chestnut today, so we'll do that. I have that. I have lots of options when it comes to lips, but the two lips that I've been pulling from a lot lately, when I want something really simple and easy, are this gloss right here from Tatianna Anesa Cosmetics. This is the shade Gold Digger. It's basically like a clear gloss. Oh, it smells so good. It's really, really pretty. Or I'll go in with the ColourPop So Juicy Gloss in the shade Princess Cut. Yeah, everybody needs a clear gloss, like literally a true clear gloss. Everyone needs one in their makeup collection. I love this for this everyday makeup look. I think it's gorgeous. And then more recently, I have really been loving this Jaclyn Cosmetics lip oil in the shade Candy Drip. I just saw on Instagram as I'm filming this that she is restocking this collection today. I think this video is going up Wednesday. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up 2 more of her lip oils because I really, really love them. And maybe another highlighter because I do love her like putty highlighters. But I have really been obsessed with this. I'm trying to debate, like, do I want to use this today? I kind of do. You know what? No, we're gonna do Princess Cut because I don't know. I just want a nice little clear gloss on. Oh, I love this gloss. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Look at that shine. Almost to the finish line, don't worry. So to set my face, I go in with the Beauty Bakery Sweet Grace Setting Spray. This is that product I was telling you guys about. If you forget to put on primer, don't worry because you have this setting spray. Girl, this setting spray is on a whole nother level. When I'm done with my makeup, I like to go in with my Tatianna Anesa Cosmetics brow soap, and then I like to fluff up my brows at the end of everything. So what I'll do is I'll take, where's my little spoolie thing? I'll just take a little water spritz and then just do 1 little spritz of water, a spoolie right here, and I'll just get a little product, and then I'll just start to like fluff up my brows at the end. Make them look fluffier, fuller, like I got some brows, y'all know, like you got brow hair. Here is basically the finished look, you guys. What do you guys think about my everyday makeup look? I love this look. I am obsessed with it. This is what I do every single day. I do wear primer. I'm gonna say that again. I just totally forgot, and I can't believe I forgot to put on primer in this video, but this is what I do and I love it. It's great, it's gorgeous, it's simple, it's easy. You guys could also like wear lashes if you want to, but today I'm not really feeling lashes. I just want to wear my natural lashes. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts down below and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.